Fighter planes, some of the most powerful wartime vehicles, permanently altered the battlefield. Although fighters may have debuted in the years prior to World War II, they were not even close to being as sophisticated. Skilled pilots operating these new aircraft might pose a very serious threat to entire fleets or units of adversaries. Let's count down the top 10 World War II fighters based on their prowess and level of success. Number 10. Supermarine Mk-24 Spitfire. The Spitfire was the most widely produced and tactically significant British single-seat fighter during the conflict. With the exception of the absurd manufacturing numbers, no other fighter aircraft has been able to receive as many variations. The plane, which was also flown by other allies, served as an emblem of the British Royal Air Force. The aircraft had its first flight in 1936, and from 1938 to 1948, it was manufactured. More than 20,300 units had been produced up to that point. The Spitfire had a fairly successful career before being retired in 1952. The aircraft's elliptical wings, which R.J. Mitchell developed, helped it travel faster than competitors like the Hawker Hurricane. It had two 250-pound bombs and 6 cannons, reaching a top speed of 378 miles per hour. Number 9. Soviet Yakovlev Yak-3. With just one engine and one pilot, the Soviet Yak-3 accomplished astounding feats. The aircraft's superb design won over the French, Polish, and Yugoslav air forces, which were among its principal customers along with the Soviet Air Force. The fighter was designed by the A.S. Yakovlev Design Bureau to be a durable, simple-to-maintain aircraft. Between 1944 and 1946, more than 4,800 units were produced, and 1952 marked the end of its production run. One 12.7mm machine gun and a 20mm cannon were mounted on the first Yak-3. Following that, there were further Yak-3 models, including the VK-107A with 2 Berezin B-20 20mm cannons and the Yak-3K with a 45mm cannon. Number 8. Republic P-37D Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt was first manufactured by American Republic Aviation in 1941. The American company succeeded in constructing more than 15,000 units in the following 4 years. The fighter was exported to a number of countries, including Peru, France, and the UK. The Peruvian Air Force retired its final operational Thunderbolts in 1966. The P-47D Thunderbolt, which shares its name with the illustrious A-10 Thunderbolt, had a maximum speed of more than 400 miles per hour and a total range of 1,900 miles. The fighter was outfitted with 12.7mm guns, bombs, and rockets and frequently flew over the Pacific. Number 7. North American P-51D Mustang. The P-51D was created by North American Aviation as a long-range fighter with bomber-like characteristics. The aircraft was able to fight in the Korean War because it was durable enough. 44 years after its initial flight, the Dominican Air Force only retired the aircraft in 1984. More than 15,000 Mustangs were created during its production phase. The aircraft was initially used by the Royal Air Force as a fighter bomber and a tactical reconnaissance aircraft. One of the most effective fighters of the war, the P-51D Mustang had 6 machine guns, excellent visibility, and a top speed of 437 miles per hour. Number 6. Mitsubishi A6M0. The Japanese fighter was constructed and designed specifically for aircraft carriers. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries built the A6M, one of the most significant Japanese aircraft, between 1939 and 1945. Nearly 11,000 fighters were constructed during that time. The Japanese A6M was undoubtedly one of the most potent and lethal fighters flown by carriers when it initially appeared. This masterpiece was also employed in kamikaze missions during the latter months of the conflict. Number 5. Messerschmitt Bf 109K. The renowned German fighter, the Bf-109, had a variation called the Bf-109K. The majority of these last-generation Bf-109 aircraft had ample time to engage in dogfights. The creation and upkeep of the aircraft were costly and challenging after so many revisions and new iterations. One intriguing fact is that the K4 model of the 109 during World War II was the fastest, with a top speed of more than 444 miles per hour. It reached such a speed while flying at a height of 24,600 feet. Number 4. Lockheed P38J Lightning. The P-38 was used as a fighter bomber, and an aerial reconnaissance aircraft, among other things. More than 10,000 units were produced by Lockheed Corporation for the American, French, and other air forces. The fighter was withdrawn from the USAF in 1949, 8 years after it was first used. The Lightning was equipped with 3 MG 151 20mm cannons and 2 12mm MG 131 cannons, with a maximum range of 450 miles. Number 3. Grumman F8F Bearcat. The U.S. Navy was using aircraft carriers to launch the single-engine, single-seat F8F Bearcat fighter. The aircraft's redesign began in the middle of World War II, but it wasn't ready to fly until the very last battles. The fighter broke the record for the quickest ascent in 1946, taking just 94 seconds to ascend 10,000 feet. It was equipped with 4 Browning 12.7mm cannons for weapons, but it could also carry bombs. Number 2. Focke-Wulf FW-190D9. The FW-190 fighter had a variety of variations, including the D9. Although it only flew a few times, the particular variant was created for the operation against heavy bomber raids. The aircraft, despite its extremely seldom appearance in the sky, was exceedingly powerful, with a top speed of 600 miles per hour and a range of up to 395 miles. It also had a lethal collection of weaponry and excellent defense. Number 1. Chance Vought F4U4 Corsair. The American F4U4 Corsair carrier-based fighter bomber, created and manufactured by Chance Vought, was the most effective fighter of World War II. More than 12,500 aircraft were produced between 1942 and 1953. The fighter had a highly outstanding range of flight of more than 1,500 miles while combining good mobility with extremely hazardous armament, which included .650 caliber guns, bombs, and rockets.